So thank you very much, everybody, for joining at lunchtime today for the presentation of McMakler. My name is Felix Jahn. I'm the founder and CEO of McMakler. Let's dive right in and see what McMakler is all about. Yeah? It was started in 2015. Currently, we have more than 250 real estate agents in Germany and Austria. Most of these agents are actually on our own payroll. We're trading 40 million euros worth of real estate every single month. That's $500 million annual run rate. We're making 2 million euros of commission, so that's 25 a year, and we're growing 10 to 15% month over month currently. To understand a little bit about the market, yeah, the German real estate market is very representative for most continental European markets. 10 billion euros commission size annually. It's highly fragmented. You have 30,000 real estate agents in the market, just a crazy number. The largest bank independent real estate agent has a market share of less than 2%. Yeah, there's no technology in the market, really. There's no formal qualification required, and customers are super dissatisfied with the services offered. Yeah? So to understand a little bit more, what's the actual value chain of a traditional real estate agent? And it really goes end to end here. It goes from lead generation that a traditional agent does not do in any scalable way. Yeah? So he meets people at the golf course, tries to get instructions. He does everything in this value chain, from taking pictures, editing pictures, uploading these pictures to the classified. He's doing everything himself. And the question really is this the most efficient way it can be done? Or can you do it in a smarter way? And we thought about it, and we think we have found some approaches to do it in a smarter way. So firstly, we actually generate high volume supply. That means through online marketing and through TV. And we are the first real estate agent in the history of Germany who's actually doing large-scale TV advertisement. Yeah, that's really crazy. In such a big market, we're the first one to do it. Crazy when you think about it. Secondly, we have data transparency. While a traditional agent only transacts 3, maybe 4 properties per year, we have very high volume, and we have data transparency regarding that volume, so we can start to optimize. Thirdly, we centralize. So out of the value chain you saw on the previous slide, we take all the things we can centralize in any way to Berlin. We centralize it, have it done and handled by very, very efficient teams. Fourth, for the things we cannot centralize, we use a sales force. Yeah? And intentionally, it does not say real estate agents, because the people we employ are salespeople. They are highly trained, highly educated in exactly the things they need to do. And lastly, we've built a ton of software to handle our processes. And let's take a look at it on the next slide. It's taken us more than 2 years to build. We've invested significant money. And this integrated software solution is second to none in the German market. It allows us to communicate with customers, to assign tasks between different people in our organization, to manage waypath, to do the whole communication with the customers, integrated CRM. And that's really the prerequisite you need to have to be successful in the market with this degree of decentralization regarding the agent network and centralization of the most essential processes. To pick out one single thing, that's valuation. Yeah, why is valuation important? Because in contrast to most other markets in the world, there's no public database regarding transaction prices. So there's a huge insecurity on the buy side, on the sell side, and for the agent to understand what a property is actually worth. And we've built a huge data science team. We have more transactions than most agents in Germany. We're aggregating that data and analyzing it and making very, very clever predictions on what a transaction price should actually be. So with that out of the way, let's look at some numbers. What's the most important KPI for us? Well, it's actually not revenue. It's the inventory we're adding every single day, every single month. Because in the German industry, the transaction cycle is relatively long. The average is 8 months. Yeah? So when I know today that I'm adding inventory and I'm adding it efficiently, I also know that I will make the revenue 8 months later. Yeah? So that's our inventory curve, how we're building up our inventory. And the revenue curve over the last 3 years or so is pretty much trailing it. But then you may say, okay, everybody can increase revenue if you just shell out your money and waste it. So what you would expect actually is that customer acquisition cost is increasing when you scale up your enterprise like this. So let's look at our customer acquisition costs. On the left side, it's for online channels. On the right side, it's for TV. They're not to scale, so you can compare the two to each other. But the point here is our customer acquisition cost from January 2017 until last month has been completely stable. And this really shows that while the market is very, very big, and it's a highly fragmented market, and it's in no way a winner-takes-it-all market, it's a market where the winner and the largest company has the most efficient unit economics. Yeah? And these unit economics get more and more efficient the more you grow, because people know your brand, because you have lots of network effects to make your enterprise more and more efficient. But then you may look at it and say, okay, maybe you're just spending way too high customer acquisition costs and you're keeping way too high customer acquisition costs stable. Well, actually not the case, because we're making money currently on every single transaction, and we've done that for the last years. What do our customers think? Well, our customers are actually very, very happy with us. And that's something that hasn't been there in the German market. Dissatisfaction with real estate agent has been huge. And we've been bringing a new level, a new quality of service into the market. And that's why we have our own agents, because we need to control the service experience end to end, and we need to deliver the best experience to the customer. You can see that we have a seller rating of 99% recommendations on the largest German classified. That's really second to none. And on the other side, you see the Trustpilot rating. It's the best rating for any real estate agent in Germany on Trustpilot. So how do we compare to the competition? Well, there is actually one very relevant metric you can take a look at, and that's the inventory. As I mentioned earlier, only inventory you have today is inventory you can sell tomorrow. So when we compare our inventory to all our competitors in the German market, and it's something you can easily see on ImmoScout, for example, these numbers are actually taken from ImmoScout, we've stacked up all our competitors against McMakler, and you can see that we are leading the pack by a pretty long way, actually. And it's not some coincidence or not, we did a little trick yesterday and that's why we're leading, but it's been consistent and we've been growing much, much faster. The main reason being that we're doing it very efficiently. We're actually making money on the transactions, and that allows us to put more money into marketing and acquire more customers. Yeah? So with that, thank you very much. That's McMakler.